as a player, you're really focused on game by game, but you really always have at the very end of it, you want to win a championship, whether it be the SEC championship or win that national championship. So that's always a focal point to you. But, focusing on game by game was important, and I think our coaches really stressed that. And I think that's what Butch is doing with his team. Is it's every game is important. In order to get to the big game at some point, the SEC championship or the national championship, you have to win every game.
Now, going into that 92 season, I guess you all obviously talked about, okay, it's a different format this year. There's the Eastern Division. There's this game at Legion Field at the end of the year.
Right.
Did you all have that?
We did. And we fell short. To not be able to really, win the games that we probably should have won.
Because you got off to such a great start. You did the hard part.
We did the hard part. We beat the tough teams. We beat the Floridas. We beat the Georgias. And then we come up and we play Arkansas and South Carolina and we get beat. And that's one of those things that I think, you have to really focus. And there was some distractions and things that we had as a team. But truly, you have to focus on every single game. And if we had won both of those games, I think where we would have been at the end of the season would have been much different, and we would have probably been playing for the national championship at that point in time.
That's right. Then in '93, looking back, probably didn't know it at the time, but it all really came down to that Florida game.
The Florida game. Yeah, and it was a shootout. It was whoever had the ball last was going to win, and we didn't run the ball as well as we had hoped in that game. We threw the ball really well, but we did not run the ball. I think had 5 touchdown passes, but sometimes when you throw the ball, I think it was the most passes I ever threw in a game was that one, and it was a shootout. Every time they had the ball, they were scoring, and whoever's going to end up at the very end of the game defensively stopped the offense, and unfortunately we got stopped.
Yeah, and do you remember watching those first 2 games on TV?
Yeah, I do.
Florida, Alabama?
Yeah, it was the Florida, Alabama both years.
Both years.
And, one of the amazing things was when I was being recruited by Alabama, they said, we're going to win the national championship, we're going to win the SEC championship, and they did. But I think that's where Tennessee is going now. They're going into the homes, and Butch is going in with his coaching staff and say, we're going to win the SEC championship. We need you to be a part of our team. And I think that's the type of attitude that you have to have when you're starting on the rise as the Vols have done over the last couple of years.